Hello and welcome back to The Simple Skeptic. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit that little bell that comes up. You'll be notified of every new video that comes out. Hit the like or unlike, I can't tell you what to do, and share this with your friends if you wish. This video showed up at random in my Facebook feed and is produced by a gang calling itself the Dinosaur Soft Tissue Research Institute, a lofty sounding name for yet another pile of creationist garbage. It's promoted by one Mark Armitage, and it doesn't take long for the first red flags to appear. First is the fact that he apparently takes pride in graduating from Liberty University, a notorious right-wing indoctrination center that churns out good little Christians who worship God, guns, and gullibility. A cross-check for the name gives us his association with Creation Ministries International, which, well, do I really need to spell it out? The name says it all. He's also written up on BioLogos, which is basically a forum where deluded scientists can prostitute themselves for creationism. Now let's get back to the video. The blurb says, some of the biggest dinosaur discoveries of the century are going practically unnoticed. Notice that it says practically unnoticed, because there's no way they could get away with just saying unnoticed. The findings of soft tissue in fossils is of course of great interest to the legitimate scientific community, but they still try to downplay it in that arena anyway. Further along it says, these discoveries aren't supposed to be possible within evolutionary timelines. I think they may have that backwards. Evolutionary timelines overall are billions of years long, with dinosaur timelines in the hundreds of millions. Combined with billions of years of climatological and geological variables, and all sorts of strange things can happen when we have that much time. If science thought that the universe really were only 6,000 years old, then finding large bones that had turned into rock would be a major problem, as petrification can only occur over much longer timescales. They further expose their agenda by giving links to creationist resources and a link to a definitely not peer-reviewed journal. The Institute's webpage gives no indication of their leanings on the first two pages and looks rather respectable. We got our first clue on page 3 with a link to another video which slyly says, The Dinosaur Project, an inconvenient discovery. It's not inconvenient for real paleontologists, just another challenge to the paradigm that will be investigated with excitement by anyone wanting to make a name for themselves in the popular field of investigation. Page 4 gives links to free books for download, which are worth exactly what you pay for them. They claim to be for young and old, but it's fairly obvious that children are the targets for this drivel. And the agenda is clearly spelled out with a fancy-looking scroll that harks back to biblical times when miracles and magic abounded, Jesus rode dinosaurs, and people were stoned to death for minor transgressions. I won't go any further into these wastes of pixels because of possible copyright infringements, but I think you've seen enough that you need see no more. Let's see the video itself, which is mercifully short. Short? Well, it's mercifully non-existent. I've been trying for 24 hours to render this video, but obviously they have some sort of copyright protection on it, so I can't do anything with it. But they make some egregious statements in there that well, they're wrong. Perhaps their biggest one is an absolute barefaced lie, when they say that most dinosaur bones are still bone. Now, it doesn't take long with a web search to find out that this is absolute bullshit. You can enter the search term, are most dinosaur bones still bone? And find out all you need about that. Maybe that Institute of Lower Learning wasn't expecting us to do that. So this little brief interval in the video I recorded yesterday may look a little different, but that's why I can't render the video. They've obviously copyright protected it, and there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm not an expert at this. The Dinosaur Soft Tissue Research Institute is just another pathetic attempt to inflict biblical literalism on individuals in an effort to recruit an army of scientifically challenged ignoramuses and bring about the violent and hateful theocracy that they crave. May they go the way of the dinosaurs that they use to advance their agenda.